What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Jaime Munguia versus John Ryder, and this was a 12-rounder in the super middleweight division. And this fight was Saturday, January 27th from the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. And this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, Jaime Munguia was able to get a very, very impressive statement 9th round stoppage victory over John Ryder. Leading up to the stoppage, I had this bout scored 78-73 in favor of Jaime Munguia. He was able to drop John Ryder multiple times in this fight, in total 4, and got that stoppage victory there. Very impressive win for him, considering that John Ryder was never really stopped up until years ago. He hasn't been stopped in years, and it was sort of a controversial stoppage, that one stoppage. And he went the distance with guys like Canelo Alvarez, beat Danny Jacobs. I mean, John Ryder was tough. Was just a tough guy. And he also had a win over Zach Parker as well. So, I mean, this is a very, very solid win here for Jaime Munguia. And especially the way he did it was very good and impressive. The first round, I gave it to Munguia because he came out there and was just throwing a few fast combinations. I just edged him the round. Round number 2, however, there was a big straight right hand that landed, dropping John Ryder, and he was sort of pressing him throughout the round. Then in round number 3, Jaime Munguia was able to just maintain control in the fight, but John Ryder had a decent bounce back round after getting dropped. But then in the 4th round, it was another knockdown, as Ryder was sort of down late in the round in the last 5 seconds, somewhere in between there, when he jumped in, and I believe it was a stiff jab that sort of just caught him, sent him down to the canvas, or ran right into it. It could have been a straight right, but I believe it was just a stiff jab that he ran right into, or a 1-2, something like that. But it was very, very fast from Munguia. Then in the 5th round, Ryder was able to land a few shots, but, I mean, I primarily thought that Munguia just had the better work in that 5th round. But then round 6 and 7, these were some decent rounds for John Ryder. He started to actually come back, have some decent success, and was sort of outboxing Munguia a bit and moving on the outside kind of and throwing some combinations. But then in round number 8, this was actually a very fun round. Ryder was sort of hurt pretty badly early on in the round, was getting battered with some big shots, but then Ryder came back, landed a counter hook on Munguia and had him hurt, or looked to be hurt, and sort of Ryder, I guess, was maybe just preserving some energy or just trying to keep himself from getting hit or something, but he hit Munguia, and Munguia was visibly shaken, started backing up, and Ryder wasn't really jumping on him. But yeah, that was a very interesting round. I just edged it to Munguia because Munguia had Ryder hurt more than Ryder had Munguia hurt, if you know what I mean. Ryder, when he got hurt, was almost stopped in the early part of the round, but came back, did well, but I still didn't think it was enough for him to get the round. But then in the 9th round, this was a very good closing round for Munguia. Ryder got dropped with a big overhand right sort of in the corner, got back up. Munguia was just flurrying him with big shots. Then he was dropped again, got back up, started getting hammered with some big shots, and the fight was stopped. I believe it was the corner that stopped the fight as well. But it was sort of a weird stoppage because the bell just started ringing, and they didn't point the camera to any sort of corner or anything. The referee didn't even know it was stopped, but it was. So a very good win here for Jaime Munguia, and this goes into question, what is next for him? He's 43-0 now, coming off some very good wins and a fight of the year against Sergey Derevyanchenko. So for Jaime Munguia, I think that he has 2 big options. He could possibly face Edgar Berlanga if he gets past Patrick McCrory, who that fight will happen, in February, and that could be an interesting one. We could possibly see that fight between Munguia and Berlanga. Like I said before, he has to in fact get past McCrory first, but that is going to be a very, very interesting fight for Berlanga as well. But as for the other option for Munguia, it could be Canelo Alvarez. This is a very good fight to set that up. Canelo couldn't stop Ryder and sort of looked a little bit flat in the last couple rounds, but then Munguia was able to batter and stop him. So that could be a very interesting setup, and we could possibly see that one next as well. But as for John Ryder, losing here for the 7th time in his career, for him, if he's going to continue on, I mean, he's still like top 10 super middleweight, no doubt, but he's getting older. He's taking a bit more punishment in there, especially with this one. But for him, I think he's going to continue on. And I think that in his next fight, we'll maybe see him against someone who's definitely within the top 15 ranks at super middleweight, where he could possibly get a win or even take a tough loss. So overall, Jaime Munguia has a very impressive performance, scoring 4 knockdowns en route to stopping John Ryder in the 9th round to get his 43rd victory and to remain unbeaten. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.